How's it going, everybody? It's Pride here, bringing you guys a new Q&A video, and before I jump into it, I just want to give a quick shout out to somebody because about a month back, maybe a little bit more, I made a video with the Pontiff Knight Great Scythe. Usually when I take stuff for thumbnails and stuff like that, for pictures, I just usually Google them and then put them inside Photoshop and do them and whatever, you know? Most of the time, it's kind of hard to find the proper link from the person who actually makes the photos because a lot of people can steal it, say that it's theirs, but the person who actually did make the photo, the Grim Reaper photo that I used in that thumbnail, contacted me, and he actually told me about, how it's his photo and everything, and I agree, it's his photo, and I kind of felt like a dick that I didn't originally put his link in the description, so I would just want to quick shout out in this video. If you want to check out that artwork, the link is in the description. Same goes for all of his other artwork because he does pretty amazing stuff, and I felt kind of like a dick for doing that in the first place. But let's get right into it with the Q&A, man. I haven't done one of these in a while, possibly a few weeks. And I said I was going to do them more often, like once a week or something like that. But I guess it's better late than never. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions that you guys asked me from the previous Q&A video or some of my newer videos that maybe I haven't gotten a chance to answer. So the first one that I want to answer today is, since FromSoftware is done with Dark Souls and Bloodborne, will you be playing and uploading videos from their newer games? Because if you guys didn't know, FromSoftware is currently working on 3 new games, and none of them are Dark Souls 4 or Bloodborne 2, because as you guys know, those games are pretty much done and over with. Dark Souls, after the DLC comes out, the 2 DLCs that are supposed to come out, that's pretty much going to be it, apparently, for the Dark Souls series. They're putting it to rest. And Bloodborne, it's probably just up in the air at the moment. I don't know, maybe we'll get one of those in the future, but for now, it seems like they're working on 3 completely new IPs, which is pretty fucking awesome. But will I be uploading and playing those games? I absolutely will, man. I am super excited for some of these games, especially since at least one of the games is supposed to be very similar to Dark Souls and the playstyle of Dark Souls and maybe even Bloodborne or something like that. And it looks very interesting. If you guys want to know more about these games, I'll link an actual video that I made about those 3 new games and all the info that we have so far, and I'll link that in the description. If you guys want to check that out, feel free to do so. But man, I am very excited for those games. I definitely will be. I don't know if they're going to be good. It's going to be one of those things where I give them a try. If they're not good, I don't know what we'll do from that, man. We're gonna have to upload some other games, play some other games, which I have kind of done a bit. Upload a bit of Overwatch. I haven't done it in a while because I haven't played Overwatch in a couple weeks, which I definitely should, man. I definitely need to start uploading more games to kind of branch out and kind of have you guys get used to different games, because it's probably gonna happen sometime in the future. But that is it for that. Now, the next one is, are you planning on making more invasion videos? So, I've talked a little bit about this, but I keep getting asked, probably should do more invasion videos. Am I going to be making more invasion videos? Because if you guys didn't know, before I really started doing regular duel videos, like the way you guys see most of my videos now, they were pretty much all invasion videos, because that is kind of the way I started, and kind of the way I had the most fun playing. I wasn't really great at dueling, so I mainly did invasions, and I kind of got bored of it. Not really bored, but like tired of it, because it's so rare that you get one good invasion, because you could literally record for 4 hours in one day and maybe get enough for one video. If I recorded for 4 hours and did duels, I would get enough for like 4 or 5 videos, because I usually like recording for like 30-minute sessions and stuff like that, and just kind of putting all the wins and losses back to back, because that's what people like to see. And invasions, you could have situations where people absolutely hate invasions and they think you're a dick for killing people, because, I mean, invasion's a huge part of the game, and it sucks that in this game, it seems like invasions are almost dead for a lot of people, even people who are popular at uploading videos for invasions, like Ouroboros and somebody like Yuka. They upload invasion videos, and even they have come out and said, we don't like invasions. They're pretty damn bad in this game. They're boring. They're too much in the favor of the host. And obviously, I'm not going to go too far into it because I have talked a little bit about this, and I really don't want to make this video about that. But at the moment, invasions are something I just don't want to do. You guys may occasionally see the invasion video from me, because I do still enjoy invading occasionally just for fun. Sometimes when I live stream, I usually do invasions, so maybe I'll have a live streaming session where it's just like 3 hours of 2-3 hours of like pure invasions, and that could be a lot of fun. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, because I do think at the moment it's just a bit too fucking boring, man. It's too lopsided. But that is about it for that question. Next up is, what is your favorite game of the year? I'm guessing this year, 2016, because he asked of the year. I don't really get many games in a year. I usually like picking and choosing my games very carefully. And I guess that's mainly from back in the day, where I would usually only get maybe like 1 game a year, 2 games a year, because I had my mom buy it for me. So I would really have to be really choosy about what game I would want to pick out. But now, I have a little bit of money I could buy, but I still don't really have too much interest in games. At least a lot of games. There are a couple games that I have had be amazing this year. So far, I'm pretty sure I've only gotten about 3 games this year that have actually come out this year. I have gotten other games that came out previously. Like I got Metal Gear Solid 5 just now, a couple weeks back, and it's been like out for like a year almost. But so far, I definitely think Dark Souls 3 is number 1, and he did say, if Dark Souls 3 is your number 1, what is your second? Now I would have to say, man, it's Overwatch. Overwatch is amazing, even though, like I said, I haven't played it in a couple weeks, because I feel like playing solo is so hard, man. It's so hard. I do so much for the team, and then nobody does anything. It just hurts. It hurts me to lose in that game. But then Uncharted has been the 3rd game that I got this year, I believe. And Uncharted is just, it's hard to explain how good that game was. That game is one of those incredible gaming experiences that you have to experience for yourself. If you have a PS4 and you did not get that game, please do yourself a favor and get that game, man. It is absolutely amazing. But it was a bit short and maybe not worth the $60 I paid for it. But still, man, that game is just a fucking super, super memorable game. Easily one of the best games ever made. But the last question that we have here today, we don't have much time left, so what is the hardest Soulsborne boss and game? Now, I'll start off with game, because I do think Dark Souls 1 was the hardest Soulsborne game for me, and I apologize, I wanted to burp there, but nothing came out. I definitely think, because in the beginning, I don't know if I've ever told the story, and I could do a full video about my beginnings with Dark Souls, I guess, if you guys ever want that in the future, but the first time I ever played Dark Souls 1, I quit. I didn't continue the game because I could not get past the Asylum Demon. Yes, the Asylum Demon, that guy, the big fucking fat double lard. I could not get past him, and I quit. And it wasn't until later that I came back and kind of did a little bit of research, nothing on bosses and how to defeat bosses or anything like that, but mainly what classes are good, what classes to start off, what are some good weapons, and then I discovered the Pyromancer and the Drake Sword. And if you played Dark Souls 1 and you started off fresh from Dark Souls 1, then you know those two things are fucking valuable, man. And they definitely helped me get through my first experience, but definitely Dark Souls 1, oh my god, the game was so hard when I started off playing, especially knowing nothing about any of the mechanics. That was definitely the hardest game for me. And the hardest boss, Ludwig, man. I've talked about Ludwig many times, and I still cringe when I think about Ludwig and how hard he was for me, considering it took me almost 3 weeks and like 12 hours over the course of those 3 weeks to beat him. I quit for weeks on end, days on end, because I just did not want to play Ludwig, man. It was something that hurt, and I have videos on that if you guys ever missed them. Those are actually like the first ever Soulsborne videos that I ever made. Was me trying to defeat Ludwig because I was stuck on him and I couldn't get past him, even though those did really shit in the beginning, because nobody really wanted to watch my Dark Souls videos, my Bloodborne videos as well, I guess I should say. So they did really bad, but then as time progressed, they did do a little bit better. And after I saw them do better, that's what basically inspired me to, once Dark Souls 3 came out, would be like, alright, I'm going to upload Dark Souls 3. It's going to happen, man. But that is about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Definitely make sure you guys leave your questions in the comment section of this video. I almost said in the fucking question like a moron, but that's about it. Talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.